Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ira and in this video we will be talking about everything you need to know when planning a trip to Munnar, the Kashmir of South India. So throughout the length of this video, I will be talking about how many days are enough to travel to Munnar, what is the best time or season of the year to plan a trip to Munnar, how do you reach Munnar by plane, train or bus, the cost associated and other logistics. Then we will be talking about the best place to stay, the hotel or the location, whether you're on a budget or you're looking for a luxury experience or you're looking for a remote or a different kind of an experience to see. And then finally we will be talking about my most favorite part, which is the best places to visit in Munnar. And lastly we will be talking about what are the things that you can shop for yourself and probably take back for your family and friends. I will be putting timestamps throughout the length of this video so that you can skip to the section that you want to see. But my advice is that you go through the entire video because there will be some tips, tricks, recommendations and warnings. Not warnings but pieces of advice that you can take and learn from my experience and prepare better for your trip. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing that comes to mind when planning a trip to Munnar is really how many days are enough to make the most of the place. In my opinion, I think 4 to 5 days would be the best to plan a trip to Munnar, and there is a reason why. Munnar is this beautiful town in the Idukki district of Kerala. It has 4 to 5 different directions. Now each of these different directions have some beautiful places, one or two, that you would want to visit. The catch here is that you cannot cover more than 2 directions in one day. And if you try to do so, you will get tired and exhausted during your trip, which is not something we want because we want our vacation to be relaxing and we can enjoy, and we do not want to be in a hurry. So that's why I recommend 4 to 5 days. However, if you have 2 to 3 days or let's say 3 to 4 days, I would say don't miss it because of the time constraint. What you can do is, in the subsequent section of this video, I will be talking about the most beautiful places to visit in Munnar. You can pick and choose according to your taste, preferences, likes and dislikes and see which places resonate with you and find a place in your itinerary and skip the other places and plan a trip accordingly. So now that we know how many days are enough, let's talk about what is the best time to visit Munnar. In my opinion, October to February would be the best time to see the hill station, and if you want to see it in its peak of winter glory, December and January are the months. Also, here's a piece of advice. I would recommend you avoid planning a trip during the peak of monsoon seasons in Munnar. The monsoon kicks in Munnar in the start of June and it peaks in the months of July and August. So I would really recommend you avoid planning a trip during these months because for the last 2 years, unfortunately, Kerala has been seeing a lot of landslides and floods during these months, and there are a lot of train cancellations and hotels cancelling on your reservations. So you do not want to lose money on that. It's really heartbreaking to see this beautiful place get devastated like that. But what we can do to avoid this is not plan a trip during the peak of monsoons in Kerala. If you're a rain lover, what you can do is you can plan a trip during the start of June, like the 1st, 2nd or 3rd of June and the end of May. So from the end of May to the start of June, that's when this place receives sprinkles or showers of rainfall, light drizzles, and so you can enjoy the rain and also see the verdant hill station and the lush green tea gardens washed by the rains in its full beauty. So that's about the time to visit. Let's talk about how do you reach Munnar. So there are 3 ways basically: air, train or bus. If you're coming from the northern part or the east or the western part of the country, I think air would be the best for you. Now Munnar is a hill station and it is not directly connected by any flights. So what you'll have to do is take a flight to the nearest airport, which is the Kochi International Airport. The Kochi International Airport is approximately 125 kilometers away from Munnar. So when you get down on the Kochi International Airport, what you can do is take a taxi or a cab, it costs around 2000 to 3000 rupees, and it takes about 3.5 hours to reach Munnar. Now, depending upon the vehicle you choose, the cost will vary. Also, the flight charges will be somewhere around 4000 to 6000. If you book well in advance, you can also get flights for 3800 to 4000. Otherwise, it will be 6000. So, the next route will be the train route. This is the best for people coming from the southern states, like probably Chennai, Karnataka, or Andhra Pradesh. So, if you're coming from here, there are approximately 12 trains from Bangalore and 12 if not more from Chennai. Now, which railway station do you want to come to? A lot of people have this misconception that Kochi or Ernakulam railway station is the closest railway station to Munnar. That's not true. The closest railway station to Munnar is Aluva railway station. I think this misconception is because of the popularity of Kochi railway station, but Aluva railway station offers its own highlights. It is one of the highlight is that just opposite the Aluva railway station is the bus stop. So if you're carrying a lot of luggage or you're with a family, you don't have to haggle with the coolie. You don't have to book a auto or some conveyance to go to the bus stop. All you have to do is just drag your luggage across the road, and there you are. You have the bus stop there, and you can take a bus or a taxi to Munnar. Now, Aluva railway station is approximately, I think, 3 hours, or it's 106 kilometers away from Munnar. So, a taxi would take around 2.5 hours, and it costs around 2500 to 3000 rupees. A bus ticket would be somewhere between 370 to 380 rupees, and it takes around 3 hours. Finally, the last route is the bus route. So, Chennai and Bangalore, these cities are directly connected to Munnar. You can take buses from there. It takes around, I think, 11 hours from a direct bus from Chennai or Bangalore to Munnar. Finally, one last tip. So, Aluva railway station is actually very well connected to North Indian railway stations also. So, if you're coming from Delhi and you are on a budget, so you can take a train from Delhi to Aluva railway station and follow the same route, but it takes 48 hours. So, if you have time and you're budget constrained, that is something that you can look forward to. So, now that we are in Munnar, let's talk about the place where to stay or where to book a hotel in. This I've classified into 3 broad categories. So, you could be either looking for a decent, affordable stay, or you're on a budget, or you could be looking for a luxury stay, or you could be looking for a different kind of an experience, a remote experience, or probably an experience that is very out of the box. So, we'll talk about each of them now. The first would be the budget stay or the affordable stay. This is good for anybody who's on a budget, be it students, college goers, backpackers on a budget, couples or honeymooners who are on a budget. If you are with a family and you're on a budget, this is for you. So, I would recommend some places in Munnar where you can book a hotel, and because these places are also very well connected and you have a lot of transport options, so it gets even cheaper and it is therefore a budget stay. It is also very decent and it is also safe as well. So, these places would be Ikanagar, and the other place would be Munnar Colony. There would be another place called Munnar Colony Road. Then there is another place called Munnar Town. So, in all of these places, you can book hotels from anywhere starting for 1000 rupees and onwards. Now, let's move on to the next section, which is remote experience, or if you're seeking for a different out of the box kind of an experience. This section is sub-segmented into different types. The first one is on the outskirts of the city, which are hotels facing the forests or near the forest range. So, the first one would be a place called Eravikulam. It is on the east of Munnar, and this place offers a lot of hotels which face the forest range office. So, the last stay of mine was in Eravikulam, one of the hotels, and we did not have any network there, but still all the apps were working because you have the Wi-Fi, so WhatsApp was working, Facebook and Instagram was working, but it was a really beautiful experience. Like, we disconnect to connect. If you want to experience something like that, this would be a very nice option. Another option is Palai Vasal. This is a place in the south of Munnar. So it has hotels which overlook these majestic Attukud falls, and it is in between these tea gardens. So there are a lot of hotels which you can select from. And the next experience would be, apart from forest facing hotels, would be homestays. So homestays are basically houses in which the Kerala family, native Kerala family, rents out rooms to travelers and they can stay with them. What you can do is enjoy the traditional cuisine and have the native food cooked by the family and learn about the culture. It's a different experience altogether. And then finally, two of my most favorite experiences when you talk about remote and out of the box experiences, staying in a tree house. So tree house is actually a house on the top of a tree. Most of you would know it, but for those who don't know, it is a house built on the tree branch or a tree trunk. One of the constraints is that you cannot carry very heavy luggage on a tree house because obviously it's built on a tree, but some hotels do provide an option of keeping most of your luggage at the reception. And so what you can do is pack a big suitcase and probably a smaller one, so you can use your daily use and frequently used items in the smaller suitcase and take it to the top. Also, the best option would be just to travel light. And then finally, these tree houses actually start from somewhere between 1800 to 1900 rupees and range up to 19,000 to 20,000 rupees per night. So you can select from what suits your budget. And finally would be the tree plantation experience. In the tea plantation experience, these are resorts that are in the middle of a tea plantation. So these tea plantations resorts allow you to pluck and dry with cut your own tea so that you can prepare your own cup of tea for yourself from the tea that you have plucked. And anybody who's a tea lover would completely understand this feeling. It is such a nice feeling to live in between the tree plantation and have your morning tea from the tea that you have plucked. So finally, the last section is luxury resorts. These are resorts which offer private pools and Ayurvedic spas. So you can book such hotels as well if you're looking for a luxury experience. Most of these hotels, like the luxury resorts, the tea plantation resorts, or the tree houses, or certain hotels offer you options of jeep safari, campfire, trekking. So when you're booking with the hotel, you can also check if they have these options should you want to try them. So now let's talk about what are the places that you could visit when you're traveling to Munnar. So the first and most favorite place of mine is Top Station, which is on the Mattupetty direction. Top Station is the highest point in Munnar and it offers a beautiful view. Any amount of words would be less words to describe this view. See these pictures and you will know for yourself. So we are at Top Station Munnar and it's just beautiful. Look at those clouds, I'm literally loving it. Top Station also has the Neela Kurunji flowers. These are blue colored flowers that bloom once in 12 years and the entire valley looks blue. And if you are lucky, if you're traveling in that year, you will love what you see, I'm sure. So after this is the Mattupetty Dam. Mattupetty Dam is in the lap of the hills and it offers a very scenic view. You can check the pictures out. The next is the shooting point or the echo point. It's a beautiful place and a lot of movies have been shot there. I think Chennai Express was one of the movies that was shot there. And finally is the photo point. Honestly, any place in Munnar where you stand is a photo point, but Look at these pictures and you will know how beautiful the photo point is. So the next on the list is the Eravikulam National Park. This is the World UNESCO Heritage Site. It is also the home for the Nilgiri Thar. It covers Shola forests and it is almost 45 minutes from the city. So I had the luck to walk alongside the Nilgiri Thar. You can check out the pictures and the videos now. Next is the Kolukkumalai tea estates. These are the highest tea plantations in the world. You can buy tea directly from the factory there, and you have to take a local jeep when you travel to Kolukkumalai tea estates because otherwise you can't. Kolukkumalai tea estate is located 31 kilometers from Munnar on the Theni route. So next we come to the waterfalls. One of the most famous waterfalls is Attukud waterfall. These are cool, deep, speedily running waters that form a pool at the bottom. Apart from this, there's another waterfall called Chinna waterfall, which is on the Thekadi route. Then you also have one more fall, which is the Lakkom waterfall. Next, moving on from the waterfalls, we have the spice plantation. These spice plantations are really nice, and you can see how your long elaichi, white pepper, cardamom, black pepper, all of these are grown. You can also see how honey is cultivated, and they also sell all of these pure things outside of the factory, so you can buy it from there. Moving on, the next on the list is Lockhart Tea Museum. Here the tea is prepared from the old orthodox method. The entry ticket is only 186 to 187 rupees. The duration or the timing when the museum is open is 8 in the morning to 8 p.m. in the night, and you have the duration of the visit for 1 or 2 hours. You will have a guide allotted to you to see all the process and how the tea is processed. And also outside of the tea museum there is a garden which oversees the hill, and it offers a majestically beautiful, gorgeous view. Check out these pictures and you will definitely like it. So finally, let's talk about the things to shop or the things that you can pick up for your families or friends. So the first thing would be homemade chocolates, my absolute favorite. There is a chocolate factory in Munnar that you can visit, and you can actually see how your chocolate is made right from the cocoa bean seed. And you can also buy a lot of different chocolates. One of my most favorite and a recommendation for all of you is spicy cashew chocolate, to try that out. And apart from this, there are a lot of fruit flavored chocolates like the fig chocolate, the blackcurrant chocolate, strawberry chocolate, white chocolates, and even assorted chocolates if you can't choose like me. And then we have Ayurvedic oils. So the Spice Garden Plantation also has a lot of Ayurvedic oils for hair fall, for back pain, for joint pain, for knee pain. So you can see if you need any of that for your family members and decide if you want to buy that. Also, you have a lot of beauty products that are pure, because we in the market get a lot of adulterated products. You have these chandan sticks or the chandan powder, also called the sandalwood powder, which you can use for your face packs. They also have the pure aloe vera gel, and they also have this kasturi turmeric. So this is not the turmeric that you get from your regular supermarkets or grocery stores, because they might be grinded in the same vessel in which the red chilies are grinded, or sometimes they might be adulterated, so they leave rashes on your face when you use them in the face pack. So you can use this kasturi turmeric, you can buy and try it out. I have it, I use it. It's really nice. You can also buy spices from there, and one of the most important things that you can buy is the tea. So the tea in the Lockhart Tea Museum is prepared from the orthodox method, which is the only place or maybe one of the few places in India which uses that method. So a lot of people who are tea lovers like me sometimes would experience gastritis or gas pain or acidity when they have tea. That is because of the tea powder that you have, or the little tea dust. This is because this is not one of the best quality tea. The best quality tea or the export quality tea is exported to the other countries. So we get the second best quality tea that is left. So you can actually buy the export quality tea directly from the factory. This kind of tea is not available on any retail stores in India. So I would definitely recommend you should buy it, and it tastes heavenly. It's very tasty. So this one, it comes in a lot of different flavors. So you can try chocolate tea and a lot of other flavors. I love the regular tea. And then you also have black tea, and there are a very nice mix of green teas as well, which you can try. And that's all. I hope you have a very nice trip. Let me know how was your experience, if anything that you found useful in the video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section so I will reply to you.